Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Neil Haley Show's Freedom from Addiction segment. I'm excited to welcome to the program Reverend Wynn Henderson. Wynn, how are you? Last time we talked, you gave us some really good information about the coronavirus, and there's other topics to talk about as we're starting to open up the country again and kind of get a little bit back to the new normal. I don't know when we'll be in the new normal, but it looks like our quarantine might be soon over in certain ways.
Well, good morning, Neil.
Absolutely. And today, our topic is scammers are really a problem. And we're going to get some advice from Dr. Henderson today. The topic is don't get emotional or you might get scammed. So, Wynn, I know that you tell your listeners before the broadcast a little bit about yourself, and then we'll get right to the questions.
Neil, this podcast is, of course, free, and we have scores and scores and scores of different topics for you to scroll through the list to see what you're interested in. And I would advise everybody to subscribe to it because I try to keep you up on the latest on the internet. And the place where you would go is www.freedomfromaddiction.libsyn.com. And you spell Libsyn, Libsyn. I'd also appreciate it if you would tell all your friends, if you enjoyed the podcast, that they should get on it too. And we'll just keep giving you good stuff. And today we're going to talk about scammers. You know, I wrote a book on romantic scammers. It's available on Amazon. It's called The Definitive Guide to Recognizing and Avoiding Romantic Relationship Scammers and Catfishers. And you can go to my website, get more information on that. And my website is www.revwynhendersonmd.com. Okay, so let's go into what we're going to be talking about today. And the scammers that we're going to be talking today about are not just romantic relationship scammers, although most of the stuff that I'm going to tell you applies to them too, but it's other scammers that you get online. People that want to sell you things, want to get you to buy their products and or their subscriptions. And here's some of the ideas that I want you to understand. Well, what do scammers do to scam you? They put you under the ether. Now, what is ether? Well, even smart people can get scammed if they let themselves get emotional. And that's what we're talking about here, getting under the ether. Scammers can beat you because they know how to turn off your intellect and put you in an emotional and an irrational state of mind. Humans are horrible at predicting how strong emotions can affect their behaviors. But this is what scammers do. They know that to do their job, they need to get you in a heightened emotional state that they call ether. If you are in the altitude of ether, as opposed to the valley of logic, you are ripe to get scammed. Now, ether can cause the thinking part of your brain to be swamped by the emotional part. For example, when you first fell in love, you were under the ether, and all your decisions were emotional. Well, if they're not under the ether and you look at new loves from a logical point of view, you might not do a lot of things that you did. So whenever you're getting ready to get scammed by somebody, they want to make you emotional about what they're telling you. Now, emotional scamming can come from a number of different sources that they use. And let me go over those sources and you look out for these. The first is phantom riches, something you deeply want but rarely get, like winning the lottery. And I say, if it sounds too good to be true, it's a lie.
Yeah.
So one of those phantom things comes from the dating site like POF or others, where an unbelievable relationship happens. And they use loneliness as their chief characteristic in order to scam you. So if you get an email from a person and they're going to catfish you with a beautiful picture and a younger woman if you're a man, or the same if you're a woman, and you say, well, this is too good to be true.
It is.
You're probably talking to a scammer. So don't get emotional when you see this kind of scam. Or if they say you won the lottery, don't get emotional. You didn't win the lottery. It's just a scam. So if you say to yourself, something seems too good to be true, know that it is and pass them by. The next thing that they use is fear. They use threats of an IRS audit, going to prison, a computer meltdown, or a grandchild in trouble. Whenever someone tries to make you afraid in their presentation of what they're doing, most of the time it's a scammer. Don't get emotional. And never, never make a money decision in the first email that you get. They will try to keep you online until they have your money. So make a pact with yourself. Always wait at least 24 to 48 hours when you are not in the ether. Don't ever give up any information like your bank account, your email address, things where they can go back and get you off this first email. Don't do it. Another tactic they use is intimidation. They may dial your email or dial your telephone number, however they got to you in the first place, up to 50 times a day. And this intimidation is meant to keep you in an emotional state of mind. They claim that they know where you live. They may claim you will be bodily harmed. Whenever you get something that's intimidating you, remember, this is probably a scammer, and get off the email that you got and don't respond to it. Remember, the IRS or all the other things don't come to you this way. They write you a letter. So if you get an email intimidating you, it's the scammer. The next thing that scammers use is scarcity. You will get a message that there's only a few products left. Time is of the essence. This offer expires at midnight. Or you're a winner, but only 1 in a million will win this. They don't tell you that, but all these kind of things are 99% scams. So don't let scarcity keep you in the ether. The next one I want to tell you about is course credibility. Scammers will try to convince you that they are the police, the FBI, an IRS agent, or representative of a well-known financial institution. Or they might try telling you they're from Social Security.
Oh, yeah.
These people don't get to you this way. They'll write you a letter. So whenever somebody tries to tell you that they're a credible source, don't believe it. The next thing I want to tell you about is commitment. Scammers get you to make a commitment. And if you do that later in the conversation, when you try to resist, they accuse you of going back on your word. So don't let commitment keep you in the ether. And last is reciprocity. They will do some little thing for you that doesn't cost them anything. And they will say in so many words, since I'm doing something for you, you should return the favor. They might offer you in a scam free shipping or waiving fees or anything. Remember, when they try to use reciprocity, don't believe it. It's a scam. So there are seven weapons that they use to scam you. And if you know all of these, and you can come back to this podcast to write them down again. They want to keep you in the ether, keep you emotionally involved with their project. But remember, the bottom line is all scammers want your money, and they will do anything and everything using these kind of distractions that aren't real to keep you in the ether. So I would just say that never would you want to give them money or give them information the first time out the gate. So make a pact with yourself that if any of this stuff hits your e-box, never respond to it positively in the first 24 to 48 hours. And so they'll be back to see you, but maybe by the time that they get back to you, you will be out of the ether. And that's what I got to say about scammers today.
It's a great things to think about, especially with certain people when they're stuck at home. They think this is going to be great. This is going to help all my dreams, and ultimately, it's a scam.
Yeah, remember your boredom. That when you're at home, and you will answer emails or do things that you wouldn't necessarily do if you were back out in the community doing your job and everything like that. So don't let them take advantage of you because you're bored and want to talk to them, because they can talk for long periods of time, hours, to try to keep you in the ether.
All right. Well, fantastic. Appreciate, again, you stopping by. Everyone can check you out at RevWynHendersonMD.com, Libsyn.com/freedom from addiction.
Actually, it's freedomfromaddiction.libsyn.com.
Okay. And all those different places, but the website will connect you all those places, and you're all over socials as well. Well, I appreciate you coming by, and look forward to chatting with you again.
Okay. Bye.
Bye-bye. All right. That was, again, the Freedom from Addiction segment, everyone.